September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk speaks at an event in Orem, Utah. It is at the Sorensen Center courtyard on the campus of Utah Valley University. The event, part of his American Comeback Tour, features his signature Prove Me Wrong debate format. Kirk is positioned at a table beneath a large tent. Students come up and have a chance to ask him a question and debate with him. Approximately 20 minutes into his presentation, an audience member identified as a student questions him about mass shootings.
Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last?
It doesn't show anything, right? I mean, obviously.
Kirk asks a question, but then it gets interrupted.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Really?
Oh my God.
On YouTube?
Go, run. Whoa.
When Charlie is 18 years
show,
old,
I mean, it kinda
he
did, but
speaks
it's
at
all
a
good.
college. He just seems like any other young American conservative. But at that college, he catches someone's eye. Will Montgomery sees that Charlie gets attention. While other conservative speakers are boring, young people listen to Charlie Kirk. A month later, in September 2012, he and the 18-year-old launched Turning Point USA.
What Turning Point USA stands for, what we're trying to do is we're going into the high schools and the colleges to challenge these textbooks that publish flat out falsehoods and fallacies.
It's a nonprofit organization established to promote conservative values, specifically among young Americans through high school and college campuses.
I'm only 19 years old. I'm fighting this fight every single day. I get to go to college campuses, high schools. I debate professors. I debate socialists.
It's not an immediate success, but Turning Point steadily grows into something larger than Charlie.
We'll probably recruit 4,000 to 5,000 new students, collect their data. It's a high energy conference for us. It's a way to reward our best members that have been.
They organize speeches with ever bigger conservative American thinkers. The young Charlie Kirk quickly becomes a fixture of the American political conservative landscape.
I started an organization, Turning Point USA, 2.5 years ago.
Chat, I could be very wrong about this, chat, but my I guess interaction with his own personality, I thought that he blew up from the Jubilee video, because even though you could go on chat, you can go on TV for years without entering young circles, like in terms of like no, really.
Around 2 key values: free markets and limited government.
Wait,
In 2016, he speaks at the Republican National Convention.
I had never seen him. When I saw him on Jubilee the next day, it was ever on my feed. It was everywhere in memes and shit. It was everywhere. But
When Trump secures the Republican nomination, he and Turning Point embrace the MAGA movement. Charlie Kirk gets a direct line to the president. At the same time, he begins using modern media outlets as a way to spread his political message. But they're also a means for generating content that gets attention.
let me check.
He gets millions of views, in large part fueled by debates on college campuses. In 2018 comes Campus Clash, a college tour with Candace Owens. In 2024, the You're Being Brainwashed tour, a college tour with former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. On September 10th, 2025, Kirk initiates the American Comeback Tour, a series of
Yo, this Jack, you cannot stop themselves from telling some edgy shit like fucking every 1.5 seconds. You all just fucking chill out for like whatever.
events for college students across the United States.
Guys, why can't I find his interest over time? Like on Google, custom time amount. Let's say I'll do like fucking. Guys, my brain is not slow. Well, I mean, sometimes it is, but fuck, like not. Is it bugged? Like, is this bugged? Internet trends, Google Trends. It's not working. This is bugged? It is bugged, right? Oh, it's because the high is too high. So it fucked the entire stats. I mean, dude, this is crazy. I don't even, it's just bugged. I guess you can't.
The format includes his classic Prove Me Wrong table sessions.
Yeah. Crust and time and removed.
Where he invites attendees to debate his political and cultural viewpoints in a public setting. The event at Utah Valley University is designated as the first stop on this tour. Eyewitness accounts describe hearing a loud bang.
Go down and see the get closer. Are they like restricting you guys up here or what?
Nah, it's too crowded.
It's just there's just so much.
Before we had a flag and we had it so it was positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera. And they just moved.
What was that? He just got shot! Holy shit! Holy shit!
That was fucking loud. I didn't even see. Was that loud? Was it audio enhanced?
Immediately following the sound, Charlie Kirk's head jerks backwards. A significant volume of blood gushes from his neck. Although an autopsy is yet to be released, speculations state he is hit partially in his jugular and spine.
Spine, I was about to say.
Phone footage shows that audience members react to the noise instinctively, collectively looking to the right and then crouching down. People scatter in multiple directions. His security personnel and multiple police officers cover him and try to bring him away to surrounding vehicles as soon as possible. Through phone recordings later released on Twitter, a figure is identified on the roof of the Losey Center.
So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying? He just ran from, over, where's my finger?
Chat. I am by no means, yes, I hate speculator Andes, okay, that say bad things. It's more of a question. How long was this guy there after the initial run, before the actual shooting? How long was that? Because that, guys, we always see videos of after the fact. Oh, this guy is there. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? But nobody does or says anything. I feel like. But maybe I'm just maybe this guy did say something or something. I don't know. How long was this guy there for? Yeah, like the Trump shooter guy was there for a fucking crazy while, with gun.
Whoa, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there. Just saying.
A building located approximately 200 yards or 180 meters from
32
Kirk's
minutes?
position.
Bruh.
It seems the shooter is lying in a prone position, shooting down with a clear view of his target. This individual is observed both prior to and following the shot, and is seen retreating from the rooftop. Based on these videos, the shooter is placed at a more accurate guesstimation of 100 to 120 meters from where Kirk is sitting. Presumably, the shooter escapes over the roof of the building after taking the shot. Charlie Kirk is carried to a police vehicle, parked just behind the tent where he is speaking from. He's then transported to the local Timpanogos Regional Hospital. Initial reports indicate his condition is critical. Utah Valley University
Like I said yesterday, people that keep saying that it must be a pro whatever, I feel like don't know much about guns. I'm not even a gun expert either. I'm not even an expert. But what I said yesterday was pretty decently accurate. It was pretty decently accurate. It is what it is. It is not a crazy shot, dude. Buddy, it just isn't. It just isn't.
Woman Ellen Trainer states that a suspect is in custody, and it's not a student.
Dare you! How dare you! How dare you! How dare you! How dare you!
Political figures begin to issue statements. President Donald Trump posts on Truth Social, calling for prayers for Charlie Kirk.
I feel like you have to be somewhat brain dead to say that, yo, dude, that's exactly what he was aiming at. How do you know that? How do you know he was aiming at that particular part of the body and not on the other side, and not at the head, or not the heart, or whatever? How do you know this? You don't. You fucking do not. If the guy was an assassin, his priority as an assassin in this case, of course, would be to eliminate target. Why would you even aim for the neck, even if slight? I know it's a very low recovery chance, very slow, but what if it hit a slight bit to the right and then it didn't fully blow out the fucking artery? Then what? He would have had a slight chance or higher chance of survival. Why would an assassin want that in this scenario? It makes no sense at all. You're just stupid. You're just doesn't to your own arguments. Like,
Vice President J.D. Vance also expresses calls for prayer. Utah Governor Spencer Cox condemns the violence, as does California Governor Gavin.
People try to go at me on Twitter saying, "Oh, dude, this is the Louisiana always says bullet drop." Yo, I understand how bullet drop works. I understand some guns actually even kick up a little bit, and the bullet goes up a little bit. The angle is downwards. The angle is downwards, little buddy. Like, these people need to fucking just take a physics class. Figure out you're sit in a classroom.
Newsom and many other prominent political figures. At 2:26 MDT, FBI Director Kash Patel also announces on social media that a suspect in the shooting is in custody.
Now, we have a person of interest in custody.
But only a couple of hours later, all statements are retracted. Cox clarifies that
I saw some guy on Twitter that has 42 IQ, and he said, "Yo, it hit the vest and it flung up." Buddy, stop reportraying fucking whatever Twitter Andy shit. What the fuck are you talking about? How do we know that? How do we see that?
Then, the individual initially detained is not the assassin, but has been charged with obstruction of justice. A second suspect is also arrested, but later released. As of
You can tell. No, you cannot tell. I know for a fact. Listen, I'm not trying to be morbid. I know for a fact you haven't seen videos of people getting shot before. I know for a fact. You know the shock wave and what the wind does when it's like, you know what entry does, what exit does. These are things that impact the physics dramatically, and it will look a certain way, even though it's another way. It's just what it is. Like you're saying, "Yo, dude, it had to be do this." No, you don't know how this shit works.
The authorities state their investigation continues. At around 2:40 MDT, Charlie Kirk's death is finally confirmed. President Donald Trump announces it on Truth Social. He is survived by his wife, daughter, and son.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah.
The cause of death is confirmed as a gunshot wound to the neck.
Slow-mo vids on X to show the ricochet on the vest. Is that true? Let me guess. It's the black thing on his shirt before, which is a lav mic, right? And he went, "What is this black thing on his shirt? Is this a device of fake blood for?" Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Just ban those people from the Twitter. They're just brain dead. They're just stupid. Just ban them.
No further suspects have
They
been
have
taken
no
into custody
value.
as of September 11th at the time of this upload. President Trump orders all American flags to be lowered to half-staff across the country until Sunday evening as a mark of respect. We are reminded again of how real the present danger of political shootings is in the United States.
It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
For us, on the outside, looking in from Europe, it's a brutal reminder of how politically heated things are in the country across the ocean. This video wasn't a walk in the park.
You can see his shit vibrates in the bullet. Yes. You're talking about a projectile flying extremely fast through the air, impacting a mass, a body of mass. Yes, it will have some shockwave, some effect towards the thing around it, like the t-shirt. It will do that. My goodness.
It took us less than a day after the shooting happened to get a full 3D video production in motion, and we rendered more than 50,000 frames to be able to do it. The only reason we could was because of our render farm, which lets us render Blender animations faster and more affordably than anyone else on this planet, and that isn't an exaggeration.
How am I gullible, dude? How am I gullible?
We had multiple
You're just such an
GPUs attacking
idiot,
each
man.
render at the same time. Our 3D artists had their computers free because they outsourced all the rendering to the farm. It rendered faster while we could still keep working. We had a real-time preview that allowed us to catch and
Like, sometimes there are some topics that are morbid that I don't really talk about because it's fucking morbid as shit, okay? Like, I didn't want to be negative when it happened, initially, but the exit wound with a bullet like that at that speed is horrendous, buddy. It is horrendous, bro. The survival rate is like fucking like, bro. It's literally nearly zero. It rips everything. It's GG. Like, you're knowing that basic knowledge is just like, I know you don't know nothing about this shit, man.
Hey everyone,